Yo, what up? All right. So, we got another one from Theo Vaughn.
Okay. The great Theo Vaughn.
Yes.
Yeah, Rat King.
Yes.
What we got?
This is more of the best of Theo Vaughn.
All right.
More of the best of his stories and the ridiculousness of his younger days.
Yeah, right up to his midlife. Yeah, the story is still wild, man.
Jesus.
Yeah. All right, man. You ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
When you leave the place, that's when we get you, bro. You get it there. Hey, people are leaving. They're on ecstasy pills. They're on Molly. You leave. You get that fucking ham. You get that warm little piece of God in their hands. They buy it every time, bro.
A lot of black people, and I will say this, because this is really factual, and I've spent a lot of time around, in the dark arts, and I don't mean that's not black people in general. That's
the dark
That's
art.
voodoo. That's black magic.
That's everything. Black magic.
That's New Orleans,
voodoo,
son.
That's the underground.
Louisiana.
Yep.
I grew up in a mixed neighborhood, dude, and black people don't really know. They don't differentiate between indoors and outdoors.
What do you mean?
Outdoors
boy?
can be indoors, dude.
What do you mean?
Outdoors can be indoors. Black person, you can put them outdoors, and you put them indoors. Same volume levels, same speed.
There's no inside voice.
There's zero inside.
There's no etiquette when you go indoors.
Well, they just don't. I don't think they believe in a lot of structures and. I don't want to say woodwork, but I want to say overall that the difference between indoors and outdoors when it comes to most
So
black
incredibly,
people-
it's so incredibly vaguely
It's
racist.
so funny though. It's so funny.
They say that
No,
when
it's
you
There's no filter.
No, what they say when
Yeah,
you're poor.
it's true.
But a lot of people who are poor, it's a socioeconomic thing. So a lot of people that are poor, a lot of times, I guess, have to rely on each other. Like they notice shit that say rich people wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
Because they have to. Because you're kind of relying on your neighbor. On usually sharing a bathroom. There's a lot of stuff. People are on you.
The
Team
people.
Fuck y'all
and
talking
creates-
about?
People.
Yeah, and it creates sort of this
The
feeling of
fuck, yeah.
competition.
But
Where
that
like,
doesn't
what
mean
other
you
way?
can't lower your voice when you're in the mall or in the theater.
Right.
And that's just what I'm saying.
That's his point.
Right.
Yeah,
I want to be
whatever.
heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my black friends even do not. They don't have indoor voices. Is what I'm trying to say. I think I used too many words.
Just closed the car, opened the
This
window,
nigga.
listened to it. And the three white dudes walked away.
He just tuned in.
Fuck yeah. Bro, you never get to see a good fucking smelling
no. Oh, especially not on the West Coast,
No,
dude.
you never get to
You see a
it.
shooting or
You
that's
see a
it.
lot more smackaroos where you're from.
Oh,
Yeah.
down south. I saw a brother take a bite out of a Vietnamese guy once, dude. Took a huge bite out of his fucking arm, bro. Meat and everything, bro. Ripped it right out. The Vietnamese guy was like threatening him with all this karate shit and everything, and his brother fucking bit right into him. Bit right
If you
into
think about it, that's the way to do it. That stops karate all the time.
yeah.
Because I don't care what type of karate you got, they ain't got no defense for the bite. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got. Well, what if a motherfucker goes to bite you? Hold on, I gotta call the main jab. Fucking Okinawa. Get these.
Hold on, let me put my Komodo on, dude. And they bite your ass, dude. And you remember that every time you try to fucking hug somebody and if you got a little divot in it, you got a speed bump in your fucking hug.
Why did I let Lee talk me into eat mushrooms on a Wednesday night? Look at your head, Lee.
Look at Lee, bro. Open your eyes, bro. Damn, dude. What the fuck?
Lee, you're already fucked up.
You gave me 800 before that.
Oh, we're in training. I told you. When you go down to when you join the Marines, they don't send you to Miami. With a fucking seagull. No, they send you to fucking Paris Island debt.
What Marines are they putting Lee in?
My own private Marines.
Oh, yeah, I
This is the
love
church.
that.
What's happening now, dog?
I love it,
We
bro.
got our own Marines. They
Look.
come in all shapes and sizes.
Amen. Well, then listen,
Lee's got a
man.
use in the Marines. When
No, I don't.
Weird place, and it's one thing that's unique to me is my childhood and my perspective of it.
Yeah, it will. You grew up in.
I grew up in Covington, Louisiana, and our town's famous. Lee Harvey Oswald went to our middle school. Pistol Pete Maravich lived and died in our town.
Really?
Two good shooters. That's the joke that I use off of that. But like Tulane University had their primate testing facility in our town. That's where most people worked at, right? So, and in 1994, like 70 infected monkeys got out in our town, and the police came to YMCA summer camp and let the oldest kids leave to help them look for these monkeys, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I remember like Like guys, they had guys with like rebel flags in their truck. I'm like, it's not a racial thing, guys. These are fucking 70. These are chimpanzees and macaws that are loose around town. You know, this isn't a gang that's moved in. You know, but I remember me and a couple of other kids. I still remember having a wet bathing suit on, cornering a fucking chimpanzee outside of a Kenny Rogers Roasters with a police officer and 3 other kids, like rah rah rah, you know, by this drive-through, and this fucking fat elf of a woman honking at us like we're ruining her, you know, dream shake she's buying or whatever, and her fucking cornbread while we're trying to fucking save our town from a fucking. Who knows what this monkey had?
From a
maybe
fucking
yellow
Planet
fever.
of the Apes apocalypse.
Yeah, maybe something Walter Reed missed. Could have been yellow fever.
What? Wait.
I really feel like I grew up in the stray animal belt of Louisiana, and they don't really have this anymore because everybody has pets now. But they had a long time where there was just, I felt like thousands of strays running around. Like Joey Diaz, he got bit by animals. I got jumped by a bunch of cats on my birthday once, dude. I'm not even joking, dude. And one of them, I swear to God, some of them got me on the ground, and one of them came off a fucking rooftop from next door. I swear to God, I still remember a couple of them were getting me and looking back and seeing one come from something in the air. And they had tons of stray animals where I was from. You had to infuse that in everything you did, wherever you went, or if you were going to bike or play ball. Cats. And that'll make you feel like a little bitch, too. I mean, first of all, your dad's dying, and now there's cats jumping you. It's just really... But anyway, so I was like, we used to pull these bodies off of the interstate and bury them off the highway, right?
Holy shit.
The fuck?
Because dogs were getting hit there. I mean, literally, they were fucking piling up.
Oh, my God.
And I remember one time we found a bunch of nudie mags in the ground. Somebody had hid a bunch of, you know, pornography in the dirt. And I remember we got down and somebody we realized, I'd never seen any sex before, right? So somebody cut out all the pictures of the actual insertion points in these magazines. There was probably 11 pornography magazines. Club, some of the older ones, Club, finer ones I thought actually.
Yeah.
Penthouse. But where the exact penis and vagina insertion point happened, and in every picture somebody cut that out. And taken it with them, I guess. And I don't know if they did it because they didn't want people to see that, or they wanted to have it all, you know? But I remember this weird shit like that, and that's when I started realizing this shit didn't happen to everybody. Like, for some reason, God put all this weird shit in front of me, and so those are the things that I need to focus on. And that's when I started thinking that I became a little bit more confident, because I know what I'm talking about, I think.
What do you mean?
Like, I know what I'm explaining a place that I know, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm trying to be like...
Oh, when you started talking about where you grew up on
just
stage,
these
you got
weird
more
things.
confidence. You knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, I knew what I was talking about. So that just helped with my confidence. So now I can tell some older jokes and bits, and there's more confidence there. But now I'm also being able to just tell new stories and still keep that same perspective that I had with these other bits.
Was there racism in Covington?
Yeah.
Do you have a memory where you just bombed? You know when you're bombing, you got to dig yourself out. Have you ever had one where you don't get out?
Yeah. I got two of my crazy memories. One time, some dude laughed so hard at the show, he came out of the closet to his buddies just right in front of him. Swear to God, he was like, I'm gay! It like fucking literally like jarred something in his stem, you know? And his buddies were like, what the fuck, dude? It's right up by the front.
You made him laugh so hard, he just admitted he's gay.
One of his buddies spit milk or spill it on, not milk, beer.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gay!
Yeah. And his buddies were like, what the fuck, dude? And it was awkward because it seemed kind of real.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've had people say a lot of stuff, you're like, that guy's retarded. But this guy seemed like he might have been honestly homosexual. And then the other time that I really bombed was, because I'm not trying to fucking, you know, bring in anybody to the other side of the sexual ledger, you know?
Well.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I fell asleep one time, this cop wakes me up, right? He goes, Did you see them? Do you know where they're at? And I'm like, what the fuck? I have no idea what's going on, right? He goes, somebody called in, 2 wolves were fighting in the street here, right? So, dude, I'm in an intersection of this dead town, bro. I lived in this side town for a little while during high school. Fell asleep at the fucking wheel, right? So I'm dead asleep. The cop wakes me up, right? He's like, did you see it? And I'm just like, what? I'm just thinking, what was it? You know, did I do it? Was I involved in it? Who am I? And he's like,
talking to somebody else, the other guy who's probably just across the street, you know, and he's like, somebody called it in, 2 wolves fighting in the intersection. And I'm like thinking, we don't even have wolves in Louisiana, you know? So how are you really out here looking for that?
But also, shouldn't you be solving crime?
Yeah, but also you have a
see 2 wolves
drunk
fighting?
driver who's obviously stalled out at a stoplight.
Hey, bro, wake up.
yeah.
What, he's the worst cop of all time?
The worst.
Oh
The
my
worst.
god.
And he'd be like, all right, if you see anything, let us know. And they were out.
No problem, officer.
See you
You're like
later.
catching wolves fighting.
Damn
Meanwhile, I'm
wolves.
drunk as fuck.
Oh man, yeah, man. Crazy stories, man. And they don't make too much sense, but
No.
they got a point.
This nigga said, what the fuck? This nigga said black people don't know the difference between inside and outside. Nigga. Voices. Okay. Our voices.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe our voices.
Man.
But we know if it's hot outside,
Yeah, right.
or if it's too cold, nigga, we can tell. The fuck? Yeah, he did grow up in Covington, Louisiana.
Yeah, man.
Chasing
Talked about
monkeys.
voodoo and shit. Yeah, chasing monkeys, chimpanzees.
This nigga said, fucking, 79 monkeys got loose? Where the fuck does that happen? That's like a movie.
Yeah.
79 chimpanzees get loose in your neighborhood?
Yeah, not little monkeys, chimpanzees.
They're killers.
Yeah. Maybe he's exaggerating on the amount of monkeys. Maybe not. Maybe 7 to 9. Maybe not 79.
Chimpanzees will rip your face off.
Yeah.
They're terrifying.
Yeah, they grab some older kids to go. Right.
That's like 79
Get
of the
killed.
monkeys from Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Someone biting a chunk out of you would be, yeah, man. Yeah, when somebody got their jaws around you, man, and they're trying to bite you,
That stops the fight.
usually, whatever they got hold of is usually gonna be bitten off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna lose some teeth, one of the two.
Yeah, anybody you trying to do karate, any martial arts you trying to do, a nigga bites you, that's gonna slow you down.
Just a tad bit. They say maybe bites your finger off, maybe bites the chunk of your arm out. Hope it ain't an artery or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, wild stories, man. They, yeah, you know, definitely I'm glad that he's getting a lot more confidence, you know, in telling his stories nowadays.
He said he got jumped by cats.
You know. Oh, you got jumped by cats.
He got jumped by cats on his birthday.
Right.
Fuck it, and then we found a nudie magazine with the insertion points cut out.
Right.
The fuck?
You couldn't figure out why.
Nigga,
Yeah, probably somebody was fucking those magazines, man.
this nigga
Get
grew
left
up,
in there.
grew up in a nightmare or some shit.
Weird place.
Damn.